everyone, welcome to our DIY soft pretzel program. So I am Miss Lauren, and before you can see all of the ingredients that we are going to need today. We are going to need, look at that, my camera is a little funky, it's a little blocked. There. So we are going to need flour, salt, honey that I spilled all over, honey, some instant yeast, some warm water, 1 egg, and also some different kinds of salt. So our recipe first calls us to mix together our water, salt, honey, and yeast. So I already pre-measured all these, so I'm just going to pour them into the bowl. The honey is going to be the hard one, so there goes the salt. Then we are going to get all the yeast. Whoops, as I spill all over the place. That's why we put down a tablecloth. Okay. And then this honey gets in there. So you got to make sure that the water is warm because that is what the directions call for. So we're just going to stick that in there, get the honey a little wetter. And we are going to mix this together just like so to make sure that everything is all mixed within the liquid. So we're gonna mix that a little bit, and then we are gonna add our flour. So I need 4 cups of flour, which sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But yes, 4 cups of flour, and it says to stir them in. So we are gonna add them one by one. So this is about 1, and we're gonna mix that in, like so. So this recipe calls for a stand mixer, but we don't have one of those at the library. So 2. Mix that in. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Perfect. 2 more. 1. And I'm obviously going to post the recipe for you guys too, so that you can actually do this yourself. Oh my gosh, there's a hole in this flour. That makes sense for why it's all messy, huh? Okay, so we are going to mix this a little bit more. I'm going to pause the camera, and when I turn it back on, we are going to have some good dough. Okay. Okay, we're back, and you can see how my dough looks like dough, right? Right there. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to start actually forming our pretzels. So we are going to roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them, roll them like this. Roll them, roll them, roll them. Do you guys see? And then we are going to fold them like this. So this one's very small. We're going to make it a little bigger. You have to roll it in between your fingers or your hands like this so that they'll be nice and long and delicious. Okay, so there's our first guy. We might end up just making pretzel bites. So we're gonna roll here some more. I grabbed a bigger piece this time, and I might put some flour on my hands to make sure that I'm not so sticky. Perfect. Because more flour doesn't really make much of a difference. It's very sticky. Very sticky. Okay, and we're going to fold them like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting better. Why is this so dark? Yeah, we're actually just going to put a bunch of dough out here, and we're going to smash it. We are going to make sure that it's not too sticky. And if it's too sticky, we're going to put a little bit of salt in there. Or not salt, flour. Don't put extra salt on there. Okay. So I'm going to do this a few more times. Probably off camera, since you guys won't want to watch me just doing this. You'll be busy doing them yourselves. So I will see you guys on the next step. Okay, friends, so I got about 12 pretzels. They're all varying in different sizes, but the next step is the egg wash. So what I did was I mixed a little bit of egg, or a little bit of water with some egg, and it said the recipe calls to brush it on the top, but we do not have a baking brush here at the library. So we are going to improvise with this little ladle. This is called an egg wash, and it'll make your pretzels a little more brown, a little more pretzel-like. So I'm probably not doing a very good job, but if you guys have a baking brush, that's gonna make it a lot easier so we don't have these pockets of just egg. That'll probably cook and give us a little bit of scrambled eggs. Okay. Some of these pretzels look better than the others, but you know what? As my grandma used to say, variety is the spice of life. And she was a very wise woman. Okay, so we've got that. Next up, we're gonna use our salt. So I have special salt because it's gonna give us bigger chunks of salt like an actual pretzel. So let's see. Maybe not. I think it's just gonna grind it into really small, but you know what? If you guys have kosher salt, absolutely bring it out for this recipe. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we just have to pop these guys into our preheated oven. It's preheated at 425 degrees, and we are gonna let them bake, and then we'll see how they turned out. So I was correct, there were some little egg pockets that weren't great, so definitely use a brush. But otherwise, I think these look pretty good. They're cooked, they're, you know, pretzels. This one especially I'm very proud of. So yeah, try these out, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know how yours turned out. Hopefully not so super eggy, and we'll see you next time.